Hello students, this is your computer science teacher Virendra. I am here to give you the important details about apps development. So before starting the video, I welcome you all the students, all the participants, those who are watching my channel, those who are watching my video. A very warm welcome to all of you. And basically this video is for class 8 student. The class 8 student already I have given 2 videos, and that 2 videos covers all of the topics except 2 topics, and the topics are, these are the topics. In this topic only 2 topics we are going to discuss. Number 1, downloading and installing an app from Google Play Store. Number 2, developing your app. These 2 topics we are going to study, and finally we will also cover some of the key points related to your developing your app. So without wasting your time, let us start our video. Okay students, as you know that we are going to start the topic downloading and installing an app from the Google Play Store. So in this we already know that first we are going to tap on Google Play Store icon. Immediately it will open, and then there is a search bar. You have to type the name of your app. Immediately when you press the OK button, immediately that will come a list of apps. Now here you have to select, you have to decide which one is suitable for you, and after clicking on that app, the downloading going to start. So this is the way to download the particular app. Now in next slide we are going to understand what are the steps to install an app. So step number 1, you already know that once you find the desired app in the list after searching from Google Play Store, now you can tap on the app and read the additional and relevant information about the like any fees, any paper, any review, any comment. And that's important, but you have to view, or you have to watch, you have to read the additional and relevant information. It is compulsory, so that you can have a better idea about the particular app. Now once you read it, immediately tap on install button. Now it is your installation is in process. During the installation, it is asking for your consent to access the your specific information like your contact, your photos, like this. And once the installation is complete, the app is ready to use. So this is all about for your downloading and installation of app. Now coming to the next slide. In the next slide, as you know that the title says that developing your own app. You want to develop your own app. So it is not too difficult. It is not too difficult to develop your own app. There is several websites are coming to have this kind of facility, and they are creating the app in a short duration. So let's understand how they are doing that. First thing, for developing an app we require 4 things. Number 1, Android SDK. SDK means software development kit. I will explain each and every difficult word in a key point section. Number 2, knowledge of Java is mandatory, because that Java is used for making the API, application programming interface. Now third one, you need to know some programming language like XML, HTML, CSS, and last one is you must have your IDE. IDE means integrated development environment. So 4 things are required here. Now I am just coming to the next slide to give you the better understanding about this. See, one question arises here. The question is it possible to build an app without prior knowledge of programming? Answer is absolutely yes. It's very possible. The reason is many companies offers a user-friendly interface to build Android apps without prior knowledge of programming. Yes, it's true. Some of these offers free services. Maybe the services may be limited, but you can use. And while other companies, other websites giving offers only and only premium service or both. So what are the ways for developing an app? There is only two ways. There is two ways. Number 1, web-based app development software. Number 2, app builder. So we're going to understand next thing in a next slide. So let's come to the next slide. See, I'm giving here some of the app builder examples, and this app builders is given by some of the company, and they're having some particular websites also. So you can use app builder as well as websites like AppsBar. I'm already shown the website here, www.appsbar.com. Appify, yeah, that's also a very very good app builder here, www.appify.com. AppYet, www.appyet.com, and app marker, and the spelling is APPMAKR. The website is www.appmakr.com. So in this slide you are showing this, we are seeing that there is two routes. Number one, many of these sites offer the use of app store to promote your app. Yes, they are giving the apps for only one reason, to promote your app, to give, to have the promotion, to have the a good marketing. Number two, we can use app builder and make our own app in a smartphone also. We can just install the app builder and start making your apps. So it is very very easy for you. You can easily make your particular app, but the thing is you have to main focus on the requirements. Now coming to the next slide. In the next slides there is a key points. So I will explain one by one each and every key point, so that you can have an understanding about each and every points. Like SDK, so the full form is Software Development Kit. What is it? It's an SDK. It's an collection of software used for developing applications for a specific device or operating system. For example, examples are Windows 7 SDK, the Mac OS SDK, iPhone SDK. These are the few examples here. So only what is happening here, many softwares are getting combined together, and that softwares are going to be used to develop an application by using the specific device or a specific operating system. Now HTML, you already know that it's a one kind of programming language. The full form is Hypertext Markup Language, and it is used to design the web pages of the web browsers. It can be assisted by technologies such as CSS. They are taking the help from CSS, that is Cascading Style Sheet. So what is CSS? It's a one kind of language for describing the presentation of web pages. Means how the web page look like, that is done with the help of CSS, and that maybe include your colors, layout, font, etc. The CSS is independent of HTML and can be used with XML also. Yes, as the CSS can be used with HTML as well as CSS can be used with XML also. XML means extensible markup language. Now coming to the next slide to give you the more details. So this is your next slide. Now in this we have to understand what is XML. XML is the one kind of software, okay, and that is hardware in a software and hardware independent tool for storing and transferring the data. So it's a one kind of programming language that is very much independent of hardware as well as software, and that is used for storing and transporting the data from one place to another. Now we are going to understand what is Java. Java is the programming language that produces a software for the multiple platform. Yes, it's a programming language and that produces software for multiple platform, and that is used for creating the API. Java is mandatory for API, application programming interface. Then whatever the interface you are looking on the mobile phones, that is created in Java. So when the program writes a Java application, the compiled code, that is called bytecode, runs on the most operating systems. Okay. Now let's come to next point, that is Scratch. Scratch is also a free visual programming language, and it helps to develop the application also. It also helps to simplify the process of creating and programming animation. Means by using the Scratch, you can do animations. You can also create games or music app like this. Okay. So with this, I am coming to the next slide. So now we are going to understand what is integrated development environment, that is IDE. That's an important point. It's a software that provides comprehensive facilities to the computer programmer for software development. Means on this platform we are going to develop an software. An IDE normally consists of at least source code editor. Means the source code means whatever things you are going to write in a particular language, that is called source code. If you want to do any kind of editing, then you need a source code editor. Next is build automation tools. Means how to automate your particular things, that is done by build automation tools. And last one is debugger. That's important thing. Once you write the code, and after writing the code, if you want to remove the errors, you can do by using debugger. So IDE having two examples, that is one Android Studio, number two Eclipse. So let me come to the Android Studio. So it provides a unified environment where you can build apps for Android phones. Yes, this is the one platform. You can develop Android apps for Android phones, tablets, Android Wear, Android TV, and Android Auto. Okay, so just remember it. It is only for a platform for creating the apps, and we can create the apps for different devices. Now Eclipse, it's also IDE that developing applications and that uses the Java programming, maybe some other programming language like C, C++, Python, Perl, Ruby, like this. Coming to the next slide. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my video, please subscribe it, please share to other of your friends, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that I can give you the first notification video. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.